Good morning class. Today we will discuss demography and family planning. I am Dr. Ashwini Katole, Assistant Professor, Community Medicine Department. What is demography? Demography is the science of study of the human population, include their size, composition, distribution, density, growth and other characteristics, as well as the causes and consequences of change in this factor. It is related to human population, which include their complete size. What is the composition? Means male female composition, under 5 children composition, maternal reproductive age group female composition, geriatric people composition, everything include in this, and as per that they give percentage wise how much population is present in which category, and there how is the distribution is lying in the present geographic area. Likewise, for example, in India, where is the high density population is present and where is the low density population is present. Likewise, for example, in Maharashtra, in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar, their population of population is very dense. Or for example, in northeast states, the population is very scarce. So how is the growth, how is the density and distribution, that all completely include in the demography. Various parameters are also there to describe this demography. We will see it one by one. Then it mainly focus on 3 rarely observed human phenomena. That is, first is change in population size, that is it is growth, is uprise or it is decline. It's how is the composition of population and how is the distribution of population. It mainly based on these 3 phenomena, and it deal with the 5 demographic process, that is fertility, mortality, marriage, migration and social mobility, in which this demographic process, the first and foremost is fertility. How is the present fertility rate of the India, in which whatever target couple is there, how is their fertility, what is the age, marriage age for the girl or boy, they are following all the criterias or not. Various kind of laws are there, like for girls it is like they have to marriage after 18 years, and for boys it is like they have to marriage after 21. It is a law. If somebody is not following that law, it means they are doing illegal and it is offensive thing. So everything comes under this demography, and time to time they take survey on that, and like 5 years or 10 years, or these characters they measure with the various indicators are there regarding fertility indicators, mortality indicators, migration and social mobility indicators are there. They measure all these criteria on the basis of that, and they give the outcome, which is on the basis of growth is decline or it is increasing in the current geographic area. So these are the main focus area for the demography. Once again we will revise, that is change in the population size, composition of the population and distribution of the population. And 5 demographic process are fertility, mortality, marriage, migration and social mobility. Now coming to the demographic cycle, it is having 5 stages. That is, in first stage it is a high stationary stage. It is characterized by high birth rate and high death rate, which cancel each other and population remains stationary. Example wise, India in 1920 India was in this stage, where was there was a high birth rate also and high death rate also, because of various epidemics, various diseases epidemic. There is an under 5 mortality rate was also very high. So the growth remains stationary because of high birth rate and high death rate. This is the example. In stage 2, it is a early expanding stage in which death rate begins to decline, but birth rate remains unchanged, and as a result of improvement of health condition. This is because after initially there were so many diseases which were prevalent in India. After that, because of medication facility, health services facility, revolution in green revolution, white revolution, and so much research were there. On the basis of that, various kind of drugs are available and treatment of the diseases are available nowadays. So because of that, people are taking all that treatment and their death rate is going to decline, but birth rate is remain same. So most of the South Asia or African countries are recently residing in this stage where death rate is declining because of improvement in social, cultural or health facility related thing, and birth rate is increasing, or birth rate remain unchanged. So this is about the early expanding stage. In stage 3, it is a late expanding stage in which death rate decline still further and birth rate tend to fall, resulting in continuous growth of the population. It is a slow expansion of the population because of decline in the death rate, and birth rate tend to fall. It is going to fall, but in not that extent as compared to the death rate. So there is a late expansion of the population. India has entered in this phase, and China and Singapore already entered in this phase. So now we are in stage 3, that is a late expanding stage, in which continuous growth of the population is there, but it is not that much high because of all the population policies, all the educational policies, awareness campaigns, and contraceptive related programs. Because of that, all this happened. We are coming, our fertility rate is going to decrease, and awareness program, because of that people are aware about the small family norms and benefits of small family, and spacing, what is the benefit of small family as well as spacing of the children, and early marriages are now completely banned or prohibited, so that all this happened. So we are in stage 3. In stage 4, it is a low stationary stage. It is characterized by low birth rate and low death rate, resulting stationary population, that is zero growth rate. Austria during 1980 or 85, UK, Denmark, Sweden were in this phase in which there was low birth rate and low death rate, and their growth, population growth was the zero. This is all about low stationary or stage 4 stage. And in stage 5, it is declining stage, in which population become to decline because of birth rate is lower than the death rate. Example of the countries are Germany and Hungary. So in decline stage, birth rate is also decline lower than the death rate. Whatever death rate in the population, birth rate is lower than the death rate. Because of that, the population size is going to down. This all 5 stage, this can come for the short answer question, so you have to just answer step by step, and you have to give one example related to that. This is related to demographic cycle. This is much theoretical chapter, so you have to go through this chapter once. Now coming to the growth rate, the number of person added to a population in a year due to natural increase or net migration expressed as a percentage of population at the beginning of the period time. This is the definition for the growth rate. Now we can see the growth rate, rating of growth rate, and annual rate in the form of percentage, and population double time in the year. In stationary populations, or slow, moderate, or rapid growth rate, or very rapid or explosive growth rate, how the annual rate of growth is there, and how is the doubling time of the population is there. In stationary population, no growth is there, and because of no growth, there is no doubling time in a year. In slow growth rate, the annual growth of the population is less than 0.5. So doubling of the population is like more than 139 years. It's like much high period if slow growth rate is there. In moderate growth rate, if 0.5 to 1% annual growth rate of the population is there, then it take 139 to 70 years to double that population. It is like that. If your growth rate is less, your population doubling time is very high or much more. It's like incomplete century. But if your population growth rate is very high, like explosive growth rate, growth that is more than 2% of total population, annual growth rate population, that means it will take only 35 to 28 years for doubling of your population. As you can see here, for the slow growth rate or moderate growth rate, if you want to double your population, it will take complete century, like 139 years to 70 years. But in very rapid growth rate or explosive growth rate or rapid growth rate, it completely reverse scenario. It will just take 70 to 35 years to double your population, whatever population is present in currently in India. If our growth rate is like rapid growth rate or very rapid growth rate, means our annual growth rate is like 1.5 to 2%, that means our population will be double in 50 years, like 47 to 35 years, our population will be double. It is the very scary situation if our population size will increase in that manner only. So and because of population increase in population, our surface area, our ground area will be the same. But if our population will increase, it will directly affect our resources, because resources and our ground surface will be the same. But per square feet area, whatever will come for the next generation or current population, that will be very small, and which is not sufficient for the any person to live in. So and as well as resources are very in low situation in our area, so we have to, and that is not in our hand to grow our resources. We have to manage in present resources only, whatever natural resources or man-made resources are there, or whatever grains or whatever crops are there, that we can increase, we can double in like this manner. So we have to control to take utilization of that all resources or land or facilities. We have to single option, we have to cut down our population growth. That is the only way to minimize or to correlate all the resources, land surfaces for the per person. So how can we reduce the growth, or how can we reduce the fertility or the population annual population growth rate? It is not a single day task. We have to reinforce again and again whatever facilities and policies are there in the rural area also, and in semi-urban or urban area also. Because initially in China they were compulsory, like one child norm was there, but people were completely against that because they want some blood relation for next generation. That is also true. So we have to make policy such kind that is very useful for the general people, and that should be acceptable by the all the general population. Whatever policies you are making, that should be acceptable by the people. So we have to cut down the population growth one side, and we have whatever policies we are implementing and we want to implement in the grassroots level, that should be acceptable by the population. So contraceptives are the best method. Delayed marriages, contraceptives methods, and birth spacing is the initial and foremost thing that we can do to reduce our annual growth rate. For that, government of India has launched, or there is so many facilities for contraceptives. People can choose by cafeteria approach. So many contraceptives are available in the market, so that they can choose whatever contraceptives are beneficial and easy to use for them, or for male and female also. Birth spacing is very important. If we delayed our growth rate by 10 years, by 2 to 3 years, then it will directly affect the generation wise. If you delay your growth rate, marriages or first child at the marriage will be by 2 to 3 years. After some generation, it will it will show one generation gap in the annual growth rate. So it is directly your age at marriage and first child at the age at first child birth, at what age you are conceiving first child, that directly matters your annual growth rate of the population. So whoever is making that policy, they have to think for the long term also and for the short term also. So hope you understand regarding the growth rate. This is the world population trend, which is showing that doubling time again. That we can see that BC and AD, how is the difference in the doubling time and how the population is growing. Initially, there is no doubling time, or population was very small as per the land surface present in the over the earth, and suddenly in we can see that in 90s or in 19th century or 2000 century or 21st century, we can see that suddenly there is abrupt increase in population, and the doubling time of the population is reduced suddenly. This is all happened because of so many factors. As I already said, everything in community medicine is not a single trend disease. It is a multifactorial disease, and we need comprehensive approach for that. For population growth also, so many factors are there that is directly and indirectly responsible for the abrupt population growth, like urbanization is the one of the factor, illiteracy, socioeconomic status, and various taboo social factors are responsible, and no use of contraceptives, and there is no such definition related awareness like birth spacing initially. So because of that, population increase abruptly, and the doubling of time of the population is reduced. Like we can see here that in 2050 it is estimated that our population will be 8920 million, and our doubling time will be 215 years. It is estimation, like, and in 2000 our population was 6100 million, and our doubling time, population doubling time, our means complete population, it's world population trend we are seeing, looking at. So doubling time is 51 years. In 2000 to 2015, so many things we have to work out. Already we have in 20 years, we already completed 20 years. So we can see here our doubling time is because of all these policies and awareness program and contraceptives. We have to prolong all this doubling time, and as our target is our doubling time in the 2015, that should be to 15 years. That is our target, estimated target. It is not like that we will achieve, but somehow we will reduce the doubling time because of that. This is also one trend which is showing. It is in this trend we have seen that BC and AD kind of things, in which how the doubling rate and population trend was there. In this chart we will see that from 1750 to 2008 how was the population in millions and annual growth rate was. Initially we can see that the population was 978 million in 1815, and annual growth rate is very less, like 0.5 or 0.4 or 0.6, because of all the communicable diseases were so much prevalent in this era, because of birth rate is also very high and death rate is also was also very high. And after that, because of medication and health facilities and health coverage, vaccinations, because of all vaccinations and all, the population, that birth rate is now is same and death rate is deteriorate, so that population is increasing day by day, and our annual growth rate is also, world's population trend is this, and their annual growth rate of the world population is also increasing. This is the population trend, again population, world population trend, which is showing that more developed region is having somehow same type of population trend, but in the less developed or developing countries, the population trend is suddenly changing after the this medication facility, after the health facility, after the there is vaccine, because of vaccine era, medication on the communicable disease like tuberculosis, like leprosy, and so many cholera, diarrhea, plague. Because of all these communicable diseases, death rate was very high in 18th or 19th century, but after now we can see that after 1950 there is abrupt increase in the world population, that is in the billions, and urbanization and civilization is the mainly urbanization and migration of the population from the rural places to more urban places is the main focus area for the increase in the population. So we have to change the scenario. This is again the same thing, in which showing the world population trend. The world largest country and their population trend in 2005, and how will be their population trend in 2050, that they are showing in this chart. In 2005, China was the most populated country, that they have 1,304 million population in 2005, and second is the India, in which 1,104 million population were there. But that scenario, and after that US, United States, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Russia, Nigeria and Japan is there for the population, and this is the scenario for 2005. But in 2015, as we can see that the population trend and largest population country will be the India. If our population will grow like this only, India will be the most populated country in 2015, and our population will be 1628 million if our trend will be like this only. Now if we are following the same trend for population growth, then our India will be the most populated country in 2015. After that, China, And after that, United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, and Ethiopia likewise will be the populated country in 2015. So, and you can imagine if our population will be like this, 1628 million in 2015, how will be the resources we will use for this population? Obviously there will be the scarcity of the resources, whatever petroleum resources, food, grain resources, medication facilities, health facilities, accommodation facilities, that will be reduced, that will be not sufficient for this kind of population if it will be in 2050. So we have to cut down our population, we have to give education, awareness to people, so that we will reduce all this trend. And for population we can't we can encourage the people, but we can't compel the people to do all permanent sterilization technique, or we can't compel them to use contraceptive or do not have children after their married life. This is not compulsory option. We have to give so many options, and out of that option they will choose whatever is suitable for them. So it will take time, but that time should not exceed our population or our limits. So this is the now coming to the silent feature of population growth, that is approximately 95% of population growth is occurring in developing country, and India is also one of the developing country. Currently 1/3 of the world population is less than 15 years, and when they reach to reproductive age, growth rate will further increase. This is also beneficial also. Most of the people are under 15 years, so we have more young people in the future years. We can use that young people for the growth and development of the country, but likewise they will come into reproductive age group, and it will increase the growth rate of the population. That is the very tricky situation, will be the tricky situation in near future. It is estimated that world's population will be 10 billion by 2015 and 20.7 billion in 2100 years. So if this trend will go, that population will increase in billions, but this is after doing all the process and of all campaign and awareness, that we can able to reduce this population. Then fertility, one of the silent feature is also this. Fertility rate for developing and developed and least developed country is, for developed country it is 1.6, for developing countries like 12.9, and for least developed countries like 4.9 per woman respectively. You can see the difference between fertility rate for developing country and for developed country. It's like in 10 times for developing country the fertility rate for the reproductive age group women. And this is our target population. We have to work on the reproductive age group women, eligible couple or young person. Then world population has been growing at 176 people per minute, 10,564 per hour, then 2,53,542 per day, and in a year it is like in crores. So this is the very scary situation, as we can see that in 1 minute or in 1 second our population is increasing in 100 times. Now coming to the family planning, the conscious efforts of couple to regulate the number and spacing of the birth through the artificial and natural method of contraception. The family planning connotes conception control to avoid pregnancy and abortion, but it includes the efforts of couple to induce the pregnancy. This is the definition for the family planning. An expert committee of the WHO in 1971 defined family planning as a way of thinking and living that is adapted voluntarily upon the basis of knowledge, attitude, and responsible decision by the individual and couple in order to promote the health and welfare of the family group, and it contribute effectively to the social development of the country. This is the definition given by WHO for the family planning. What are the benefits of the family planning? Family planning is one of the most effective and inexpensive way to improving the present and future quality of the life on the area. Family planning could save the life of 1/4 to a half by 5 lakh maternal death. It can help to reduce the maternal death. How we can reduce the maternal death? Because of that, if we are giving any contraceptive or spacing method to the female, initially it was like 1 year or 6 months gap between two children were there, because there were no use of contraceptives initially, and this repetitive pregnancy or there is no birth spacing. Because of that, the health of the that female deteriorate. After the pregnancy, to restore our body and to come into the normal position, it will take some time for the it required some time for the female or reproductive age group female. But because of pregnancy, continuous pregnancy, that period is not able to maintain the body balance or body functioning optimum level, and because of that, after 4th or 5th pregnancy, that female could die during the labor or because of obstructed labor or any other complication. If we give family planning method and proper spacing method to the female, we can prevent that maternal death. Because of that, this is how it is directly or indirectly linked to the maternal death indicators or mortality indicators. We can also prevent the damage caused by high risk and undesired pregnancy. If a female couple doesn't want any pregnancy, we can prevent that also because of family planning method or contraceptive. We could prevent the most of or all 50,000 illegal abortion per day or resulting 1,50,000 death per year by using family planning methods. Then decrease in the physical and mental exhaustion and resulting from large family and poorly timing pregnancy, we can do that with the help of family planning method. And women would have more time for education, vocational development, income or production. They can also help to give source of, they can also be source of income for the family by doing small businesses, small things, or recreation activity. We can save millions of infant life per year by reducing the number of high risk birth. We can lead to significant improvement in infant nutrition and health by giving the birth spacing and family planning method. We can decrease the number of teenage pregnancy by giving awareness or by giving education during the adolescent age for the male and female. And we can also decrease the incidence of cervical cancer. It is because it happened because of early pregnancy or early sexual contact also, or unhygienic contacts also. And we can decrease the incidence of sexually transmitted diseases with the help of contraceptives like condoms. So all these are the benefits of family planning. So we have to educate people to use all the contraceptives or family planning methods to prevent the unnecessary pregnancy and to prolong the growth doubling rate or growth annual growth to reduce the annual growth rate. This is all about our demographic profile, and in next class we will see some contraceptive related thing. Thank you.